Hello, gals and ghouls. It is I, Weebot, and for the month of October with the spookiness, Hasbro has revealed at New York Comic-Con some new, beastly, horrific, dastardly toys to come out for the next year. Yes, we are talking the most vile, gruesome, ugliest beasts to ever roam across the galaxy. And who am I talking about? Well, let's start off. For one, we got to see a full color combined form of Volcanicus on display, and as you can see, he does not need the aid of someone's hand to stand up. And as well, for New York Comic-Con's Twitch Hasbro livestream, they teased us the wings of Predaking, which apparently are somewhat compatible with Volcanicus, so you can make your combining dino robot soar like an eagle. So yeah, basically they're doing the same thing they did with Triptychon last year, where they just teased us a little leg, and so we could understand a little bit about the scale. So first in the lineup, we have Vector Prime with Metal Hawk. Now, this is one of the ones I actually like a lot. Weapon mode on all of these guys, take it or leave it, whatever. You stuck in another gimmick, cool for you. But the Metal Hawk is a character that I actually know a little bit, because I've watched a few episodes of Super God Master Force, only a few. Most of these new pretenders, it's just kind of like, hey, it's there. Oh, cool. Take it or leave it. It's $4. All right. So, moving on from that, we have Alchemist Prime with Submariner. I like the Beast pretenders a lot better. Looks cooler to me, man. His weapon mode is, I don't know what it's at, a pitchfork? I don't know. Moving on, whatever. And then up next we have Alpha Trion with Landmine. Now, when you say Landmine, because I'm, an ignorant fan who doesn't know anything, when you say Landmine, I think of Transformers Cybertron. And that's the Landmine I'm used to. So I didn't know that Landmine was a pretender, because I never go on the wiki and I never check these things. So, that's cool. I guess. It's a robot. It's a thing. Alright, cool. Moving on. Now, moving on, we have a reissue of the Legends Shrapnel, or as they call it, Scrapnel. It looks exactly the same as the previous one. It's literally just a reissue. I don't think they changed the colors and the yellows or anything, because I know that was a problem with some people, is that the yellow paint colors varied a bit. And after that, we have the actual new reveals, which we've learned about this before from the leaks, but to actually see it in color and full looks great. We have Legends Windcharger, which looks super G1, and I'm in love with it. I'm in love with that head sculpt. I'm in love with that. Now, the one thing that gets me about this, and this is not a complaint, I actually think this is really cool, the CGI image, like its transformation mode, it's not any fancy futuristic car, it's not a, it's not some crazy space jet thing, it just looks like a straight up car. So it's kind of strange seeing a little robot man ride inside of a straight up regular car. It's I don't know, it's kind of weird to me. You think Robot Spaceman would drive Robot Space Car. And I can't wait to see what tailgate looks like. Now, obviously, nobody's going to replace their current tailgate with the next one, because that previous one was more IDW. This next one will probably be more G1. Moving on, we go on to the terrible, the gruesome, the dastardly deluxes. And that is the Terrorcons. Yes, the full Terrorcons got revealed in full color. What before we got was a gray model image of Ripper Snapper, which looked just great. But this, you see it in its colors, you see it in full. We don't get to see it combined, which kind of sucks. But Hasbro's doing that thing where they tease us so hard each and every convention. They're just teasing us. It's like they're blue balling us. Did they do this in Combiner Wars? I feel like they didn't do this in Combiner Wars. So first up we have the Terrorcon team is Ripper Snapper. Ripper Snapper's probably my favorite of the team, just in the fact that it's a walking shark with arms and legs, and it's got cannons on its back. I mean, come on, that's nightmare fuel. Even the G1 toy, come on.
That's nightmare fuel. So cool. And I'm just now noticing he has wrist rotation, so that's pretty dope. The rest of the team doesn't, so that sucks. Ripper Snapper does, so that's cool. After him, we have Cutthroat, or as they're wanting to call it, Windraiser. Yeah, it's Cutthroat. Sure, whatever. I can see why they didn't do that, because that's kind of a gruesome, radical name, and of course Hasbro is not doing that. And one thing that people noticed about the showroom pictures versus the actual CGI images is the head sculpt on the figure is different, and the one in the showroom had what looked like the head of Wildfly, who is apparently one of the characters of Monstructor. So I'm guessing that means that we'll get a Monstructor somewhere down the line later on. It's probably going to be a box set. Probably gonna be a box set. Definitely gonna be a box set. I can totally see it being a box set. And you know what? I'm perfectly fine with that. I'd totally buy a Monstructor as long as they do a good repaints and remolds. And after Cutthroat, the brutal looking pterodactyl, we have Blot, or as they're calling, Blight. Goes from a very, very gross sounding name, Blot, to very happy and cheerful, Blight. I think they did that for the Transformers Prime Terrorcons, so I mean, okay, you can do that. Which I really do like his bestial form. I've always kind of liked Blot's look, because he just looked like a troll. He just looks like a big robotic troll, you know? I feel like he should be under somebody's bridge and, you know, guarding it or something. After him, we have his Sinner Twin, which is two-headed dragon? Is it dragon? It doesn't have wings. Would it still count as a dragon? I think it's a dragon. It's either that or giant two-headed lizard, which, you know, either are pretty scary. Robot mode, what looks like ball-jointed arms, which make up the front legs. I'm noticing this right now. The back legs are on hinges, so they're not ball-jointed. They're on hinges, so they're going to be much more limited in posability. Also, what I've noticed about all these Terrorcons is, you know, they've actually got posable mouths. They've got mouths that actually move, except Blot. Blot doesn't. They've all got the little rotating, little hinged mouths. Some of them even have paint in their teeth. And finally, the leader of the Terrorcons, the final one that we're going to talk about for this, Hunger. I want it so bad I can't taste it. It drives me mad I see it wasted. I'm sorry. And, you know, even though it's remolded off the Silverbolt mold, I think it works. I'm just a little bit worried about mold degradation. Even though, like, a good amount of the parts are different, the hinges and the joints are probably all the same. So I wonder if there's gonna be like mold degradation in the hinges, so like it's gonna be looser. That's one worry of mine. Probably not gonna happen because I'm probably wrong. The one disturbing part about it is the tiny little front legs and the gigantic back legs. Hunger needs to learn to stop skipping leg day. Like he works the back legs out like it's just like godliness, but front legs are just beautiful whites, grays, blues, and sadly most of these are probably going to end up being stickers because that's how Hasbro rolls now. Which Hasbro explained why they do that now. It's not just because it's cheaper, but because it kind of gives that nostalgic feeling of the G1 toys, because the G1 toys had stickers on them. Also, one thing I wanted to note about Hunger is the designers wanted to show off how the tail works. So that his head folds away, the tail folds over where his head was, and the scales move on a little slider on the inside. So when they're pushed up against the body, the scales pop out the other end. I think that's pretty cool. You know, they really wanted to show that off, which, you know, it's not really an original idea, but it's kind of neat to see Hasbro doing it, because usually this isn't something you would expect out of Hasbro. You wouldn't expect something neat like that, especially lately with how simple their transformations are getting. Now, before I get on to the big guy, the big reveal of it all, I want to talk about the convention-exclusive Grotesque, which is based off of the Twinferno mold, which in his beast form, I don't know what it is. It looks like a winged groundhog to me. There's probably something on the wiki I can look up. Wait, let me look that up, actually. Oh, this is a great description. Grotesque laughs at his life and everything in it. Why shouldn't he, when nothing out there could ever be as frightening as his own reflection in the mirror? Still, Grotesque gamely laughs at even his own hideous appearance and his alternate mode, with a joke about Primus having little too much high-grade energon that day. Okay, I'm liking this character. So basically, Grotesque doesn't even know what he is, but to me, he looks like a winged groundhog. But anyway, he's pretty cool. Beast mode's pretty ugly. Robot mode, about ugly too. And he comes with a little Scorponok Titan Master. I don't know why they're releasing this now. Now, this is intermittently becoming available on Hasbro Toy Shop. It's kind of becoming available on and off. So, just wait. That's my opinion. Just wait and wait till it comes on Toys R Us, because they said it's gonna go on Toys R Us. Just wait till then. And I think the price is about 25 bucks, which with Toys R Us, I estimate they're probably gonna overprice it, because that's what Toys R Us do. They're probably gonna overprice it to around $35, something like that. So if you truly want that, just make sure your wallet's ready for it. So yes, moving on to the next one, the final, we have the big guy. That's right. Can you guess what the big guy is? It's Rodimus Unicronus, which is basically Shattered Glass Rodimus. I was wondering when we saw the little leaks, is this going to be Shattered Glass Rodimus, or is this going to be the purple looking Rodimus from More Than Meets the Eye? I was kind of hoping for purple Rodimus, but we got Shattered Glass Rodimus, which looks just evil. Apparently in the little bio that he has, his matrix of leadership is containing the energy of Unicron. That's what gives him his evil power and his rockstar 70s porno stash and goatee. Because, you know, it ain't evil without a goatee. That's just how life works. You see something with a goatee, doesn't mean it's evil. But if something is evil, it's not truly evil without a goatee. So I'm guessing that means his combined mode is fully evil, but his little deluxe form is just slightly less evil. I'm trying to save money here. But this thing right here, it's just too good. Black, purple, the silver. It's just too good to pass up. I'm trying to convince myself on all the reasons on why I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I keep telling myself, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it. So yes, that is the end of the video. Sorry it took me so long to make this. It took about a week to make. I've just been procrastinating it so hard. But before I end the video, because of all these spooky reveals, I want to ask you a question down in the comments. What are you going to be for Halloween? I actually genuinely want to know. I want some comments. I don't get enough comments. I want more comments. What are you going to be for Halloween? I personally, me and my friend Rice, we're going to be some cheeky breaky Slavs, because we've been watching too much Life of Boris. So yes, that is the end of the video. Don't forget, you can like this video, comment, and even subscribe, but only if it's your pleasure. I'm Weebot17, and I will see you later. No,
You don't have any white on black oppression?
No!